A reading from the second letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. As God's fellow workers, we beg you once again not to neglect the grace of God that you have received. For he says, "At a favorable time I have listened to you. On the day of salvation I came to your help." Well, now is the favorable time. This is the day of salvation. We do nothing that people might object to, so as not to bring discredit on our function as God's servants. Instead, we prove we are servants of God by great fortitude in times of suffering, in times of hardship and distress, when we are flogged, or sent to prison, or mobbed, laboring, sleepless, starving. We prove we are God's servants by our purity, knowledge, patience, and kindness, by a spirit of holiness, by a love free from affectation, by a word of truth, and by the power of God, by being armed with the weapons of righteousness in the right hand and in the left, prepared for honor or disgrace, for blame or praise, taken for impostors while we are genuine, obscure yet famous, said to be dying, and here are we alive, rumored to be executed before we are sentenced, thought most miserable, and yet we are always rejoicing, taken for paupers, though we make others rich, for people having nothing, though we have everything. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "You have learnt how it was said, 'Eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth.' But I say this to you, offer the wicked man no resistance. On the contrary, if anyone hits you on the right cheek, offer him the other as well. If a man takes you to law and would have your tunic, let him have your coat as well. And if anyone orders you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles with him. Give to anyone who asks, and if anyone wants to borrow, do not turn away." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise be to you, O Lord Jesus Christ.